Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Seiben here for the Aether Hub, bringing you more Magic the Gathering lore. In today's video, we'll finally be wrapping up the story for Aether Revolt as we prepare for our journey into Amonkhet. The road to revolution has been long and winding to be sure, but after months of hardship, the Gatewatch combined with the Renegades have finally succeeded in taking out the Tezzeret-controlled consulate. Everything that came to be on Kaladesh was a direct result of Tezzeret's cunning and manipulation. He wormed his way to the highest ranks of the consulate solely to use them in controlling the people of this marvelous world. As head judge and lead consul, Tezzeret never once cared about the people of Kaladesh. He saw them as merely a means to an end, that end being a device which could transport beings across the multiverse. Yet, even this wasn't only the scheme of Tezzeret, it was more of a chore. As a planeswalker, why would he need an interplanar teleporter? Such a device was only ever found by the will of his master, the dragon planeswalker Nicol Bolas. Yet, even Tezzeret, his willing puppet, didn't know exactly what the dragon planned to use the planar bridge for. And luckily, the multiverse will never have to find out. Through the efforts of the Gatewatch and the Renegades, the planar bridge was destroyed, and Tezzeret fled his post to an unknown location, giving away Bolas' headquarters of Amonkhet just before slinking away. Now that Kaladesh is finally at some level of peace and rest, the Gatewatch turned to their future plans. What to do about Nicol Bolas? First, the newly appointed Consul of Allocation, former Renegade Prime Pia Nalaar, had to attend to the restoration of a sane and fair consulate government. She and her daughter Chandra ventured down to the Dark Mage prisons, which were kept hidden from most of the higher officers, a place where magic wielders were tortured and killed by their old enemy, Baral. Now, with the majority of the mages freed and the cages left open and empty, only one remained occupied. A special prison for Baral himself. With his egregious attitude towards the Nalaars, even in this confinement, Baral still lashed out at the mother and child who had burned his face, and cost him his freedom and life. The best thing Dav and Ban ever did in their eyes was arresting this mad dog for his crimes. Of course, no one's seen the bureaucratic planeswalker since Tezzeret's fall. It was probably in his best interest to lay low anyway. Through Baral's screams and curses, Pia could sense that he was trying to bait her pyromancer daughter into killing him, giving him a fighting death he thought he deserved. Luckily, a mother's presence was enough to calm the little candle, and together they walked away from the man who had almost taken everything from them. Later that evening, the Gatewatch gathered at Yaheeni's penthouse. The Aetherborn philanthropist was a crucial ally in their fight against Tezzeret, and by using their unique vampiric ability, they managed to extend their life far past their natural time. As Aetherborn, creatures made from ether during its refinement process, they're destined to live short but explosive lives, yet all know just how fleeting existence really is. Even so, the death of an Aetherborn isn't seen as a sad or mournful event. Each Aetherborn is allowed a festival known as a penultimate party, a celebration of their life and its inevitable end. That's why the Gatewatch was gathered here today, to bid farewell to a friend and ally, who decided they'd rather leave the world than take another's life to extend their own. Yet, just before the festivities, the Gatewatch sat down to discuss their next move, dealing with the unknown plans of Nicol Bolas. First, however, Gideon extended an invitation to Ajani Goldmane, the Leonin planeswalker who they found already tracking Tezzeret on Kaladesh, an invitation to formally join the Gatewatch. Never again, until all have found their place, I will keep watch. With that oath, Ajani becomes the newest and first multicolored planeswalker to join the Gatewatch. Now down to serious business, dealing with a foe with an unknown agenda. They disrupted Bolas' plans for Tezzeret on Kaladesh in regards to the planar bridge, but Jace knows Nicol Bolas, and his plans won't be foiled so easily. He's sure to have a contingency in play, admitting the dragon is far smarter than he is. The group turns to Liliana Vess. Since they won't know Bolas' plans, maybe Liliana could tell them more about this plane, this Amonkhet, since she's apparently been there before. She didn't see much of the world, but from what she gathered, Nicol Bolas created it before the Mending, and it's in service to him, making it a very hostile place. Despite the danger, the hot-headed Chandra brazenly declared that they should go there and show the dragon what for, which caused Ajani to bellow out a defiant no. Ajani had faced Bolas in a type of combat none here could truly understand. He fought the dragon amidst the maelstrom of the conflux and tricked him into defeating himself. That trick's not gonna work a second time. He's more powerful, more intelligent, more cunning than any of the others could perceive. Walking into Amonkhet to face Nicol Bolas was suicide. Yet, Liliana and Jace had both faced Bolas at one point as well, and while neither actually won, they did walk away with their lives. The chance to catch Bolas off guard would never present itself again. Ajani again pleaded with the Gatewatch. There was another way. Gather together those who are enemies of Bolas. Fight with a larger army of planeswalkers. Maybe then they could ultimately defeat the dragon for good. He begs them to stay here or find allies to join the fight. Meet back with him in a few weeks. He was going to Dominaira to find reinforcements, but to go to Amonkhet before then would prove disastrous as the whole world would turn against them. Ajani walks off and Gideon appeals to the rest of the Gatewatch. What do? Chandra says attack right away. They did defeat 3 Eldrazi Titans after all. Strong point. Liliana doesn't want to wait either. With Bolas scheming and Tezzeret on the loose, she was in personal danger. They should attack as soon as possible. And with the most rational reason, Jace again agrees with the group. While he agrees that Ajani's fears are legitimate, giving Bolas more time to prepare is never a good idea. He's smarter than all of them combined. No matter what the Gatewatch did with that time, Bolas would always spend it better. Attacking now limited how much he could prepare, and hopefully give them the advantage. Everyone agreed, save for Ajani. The Gatewatch would travel to Amonkhet as soon as they were ready. Ajani would go off on his own searching for help. Later, Yaheeni's penultimate begins, and the whole Gatewatch, along with the main players of the Renegade movement, are in attendance. The party is full of music, laughter, delicious food, and fond memories. Yaheeni gives out their last will and testament, giving various valuables away to the people they loved, and everyone seems to be at relative peace. The one thing that stood out about this party was Yaheeni's interaction with Nissa Revain. Nissa had nothing to share with the Aetherborn, and was always seen as trapped in another world to Yaheeni. Yet, they presented her with a necklace, a small token of their gratitude for her company. So, Nissa decided to give them something extraordinary in return: the knowledge of other worlds. She explained to the Aetherborn about her home, the reason she seemed so melancholy, Zendikar. Yaheeni was blown away. As more and more details reached their ears, the Aetherborn grew ever more starstruck. This information opened their mind to the vastness of the multiverse, further easing this coming transition. Looking out into the starry night sky, Yaheeni's body crumbles and fades. Later, Chandra meets up with her mother, Pia, who had finally come back into her life after years of presumed death. After all that had happened on Kaladesh, Chandra finds it impossible to leave her mother again under any circumstance. Maybe a trip here and there, but she ultimately wanted to be with Pia, no matter what. Pia, on the other hand, had a different interpretation. She was a grown woman now, with powers and responsibilities none on Kaladesh could understand. To stay with her on this single world would go against everything she stands for as a person. Pia is at peace, knowing her daughter is helping the multiverse at large, knowing she can come back home whenever she pleases. This is the progression of life itself. Chandra can't stay with her mother forever. She has her own destiny to fulfill. And through muddled tears, mother and daughter agree that Chandra's place is with the Gatewatch, but their love would continue to extend throughout the multiverse. Everything's in place as our heroes look to take their next steps in the fight against evil, facing one of the most prominent characters ever in Magic the Gathering, Nicol Bolas. With the Kaladesh story arc coming to a close, we are certainly left with a lot of questions. Mainly, why does a planeswalker like Nicol Bolas want a portal to other worlds? We also don't know where Tezzeret or Davin Bond ran off to. Tezzeret probably went back to Bolas on Amonkhet, but Davin was never a part of those plans, so we can only guess to where he ran off to. We also saw a lot of relationship building occur on Kaladesh, namely between Chandra and Nissa, who got even deeper in the final article of Aether Revolt. Where they're gonna take this relationship is still anyone's guess. Anyway guys, it's time to do our final giveaway for Aether Revolt, and to celebrate Ajani's induction to the Gatewatch, one of you can win a copy of Oath of Ajani and Ajani Unyielding. You can enter to win a copy of this cool cat with good advice that no one seems to take by subscribing and leaving a comment on this video. At the end of the week, I'll announce a randomly selected winner in another lore video. As for last week's giveaway, the winner of the Battle at the Bridge and Dark Intimation is Joshua Young. Congratulations, just send me a message via email or through Twitter to claim your prize. Both can be found linked in the video description below. Thank you guys so much for joining me in the story of Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, and I hope you all return as we head into Bolas' controlled world of Amonkhet. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the Aether Hub here on YouTube, consider giving the video a thumbs up, sharing it with friends, and subscribing for more awesome MTG content. As always guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time here on the Aether Hub.